In a nation built on the rule of law, we're witnessing something truly alarming. Whenever law ends, tyranny begins. These words from John Locke have never felt more relevant than they do today. When a president declares an invasion to justify shredding our Constitution, he's not defending America. He's declaring war on democracy itself. For over 240 years, the United States has stood as a beacon of justice, due process, and constitutional order. Yet today, we're witnessing an unprecedented assault on these very principles. The Alien Enemies Act, a relic from the 18th century, was designed for actual wartime to address foreign threats, not as a political weapon for a desperate leader inflaming his base with fear and xenophobia. Trump and his allies have now labeled migrants crossing the southern border as an invasion, an absurd and legally indefensible claim. By invoking this archaic law, they're bypassing constitutional protections, conducting mass deportations without due process, and detaining people in facilities with no oversight. This isn't just executive overreach, it's tyranny in its purest form. What's particularly chilling is the administration's complete disregard for evidence. Thousands of individuals, many who've lived here for years or fled unimaginable horrors, are being swept up with zero proof they pose any threat. They're deporting innocent people to countries where they face certain danger, violating our laws, international treaties, and basic human decency. This isn't immigration enforcement, it's state-sponsored terror. Even more disturbing, Trump is openly defying court orders to halt these unconstitutional actions. He's deliberately undermining the judiciary, proving once again that he views himself not as a president constrained by law, but as a dictator accountable to no one. If left unchecked, this power grab creates a precedent that puts every American at risk. Today, it's asylum seekers and immigrants. Tomorrow, it could be journalists, political opponents, or anyone who dares criticize the administration. This isn't hyperbole. Trump has repeatedly expressed admiration for authoritarian leaders worldwide. He's openly fantasized about imprisoning his enemies, called for punishing journalists, and incited violence against those who oppose him. With this unprecedented abuse of the Alien Enemies Act, he's laying groundwork for a nation where due process is erased, where rule of law exists only at his whim, and where Americans must live in fear of unchecked power. Let's be crystal clear. This isn't just about immigrants. The moment we allow any president to declare an invasion as pretext for trampling the Constitution, we're all at risk. If Trump can detain migrants without trial today, what stops him from doing the same to protesters tomorrow? To journalists exposing corruption? To political rivals he deems threats? Once this line is crossed, once we permit the executive branch to function as an unaccountable dictatorship, there's no going back. The Republican Party, already complicit in countless abuses of power, must confront this atrocity. Every Republican in Congress who still believes in the Constitution must demand Trump's impeachment for violating his oath of office, disregarding judicial authority, and trampling rights enshrined in our founding documents. They must also demand the removal of border czar Tom Homan for his chilling statement. "We are not stopping. I don't care what the judges think. I don't care what the left thinks. We're coming." If they fail to stop these men, they're aiding and abetting a dictatorship, and history will remember their betrayal. But this fight isn't just for Congress, it's for every American. We must flood the streets in protest. We must call our representatives and demand accountability. We must challenge this in courts, in media, and at the ballot box. Silence is complicity. The time to resist is now, before Trump's America becomes a full-fledged police state. This isn't a partisan issue. This is the moment we decide whether the United States remains a constitutional republic or slides into authoritarian rule. Every single American who values freedom, regardless of political affiliation, must speak out. If we let this stand, history won't ask how it happened. It will ask why we didn't stop it. John Locke's warning echoes through time. Whenever law ends, tyranny begins. We stand at that precipice today. The question is, what will we do about it?